What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Slaveassasin11 here, and today I'm bringing you guys my introduction to the Legacy Gaming Hub channel. Now, I had been scrolling around the other day, and I came across one of my buddy's channels. I had noticed that he had stopped by Legacy Gaming, so I stopped by Legacy Gaming, and I had seen their channel. I was really interested in it. All the videos on here were great, and I had decided that I was going to try to submit one, and I did, and they accepted me, so here I am making my introduction video, and I hope it goes well. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about me first, not too much because, you know, it's not really here for me, because I'm a pretty boring guy. I mean, who wants to really know about the actual person behind the thing? So, my name is Tanner, but people call me Slave a lot because my gamer tag is Slaveassasin11. You may notice that it is spelled wrong, and that is okay, because what had happened was when I was in 8th grade, I made that gamer tag, and yes, when I was in 8th grade, I did spell it wrong, but at this point, I kind of feel like it's like my name, and if I change it, I'll just never be satisfied with it, because it's not the way it was originally. So that's the reason why you see that. I'm obviously from the United States, more specifically Ohio, if you guys wanted to know, so I'm a little bit affected by the hurricane, and I lost power a bunch of times, but other than that, the hurricane itself hasn't really touched us. So my channel is a whole bunch of gameplays, a whole bunch of stuff. I do Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, and really any other first-person shooter, because really on my channel I like to focus more on the commentaries. And on my channel the topics vary from tips and tricks on all sorts of games to conspiracy theories and commentaries about life. And since I had some extra time in this video, I thought I'd talk to you guys about another conspiracy theory that I had just recently started looking into and doing some more research, and it was actually really interesting. So, from the other day I was watching TV and I had seen this thing going on about chemtrails, and the chemtrails, they were talking about how certain people were saying chemtrails were just produced from water molecules in the sky from going at certain altitudes and certain angles and blah blah blah, and then other people were saying that that's impossible, planes don't work like that. So I decided to start doing my own research. So basically, for decades we've heard about people trying to control the weather, but we all know that's impossible, right? But what if it wasn't? What if there was a machine that could literally move the clouds and create certain weather patterns? Well, according to some scientists, there is. HAARP is the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. It is a field of 360 antennas located in Alaska, all working together to create one super antenna. These antennas generate 3.6 million watts of energy. Now, the largest legal AM radio station in the United States is only 50,000 watts, so you can imagine just how powerful this thing is when all those antennas are fired up. And when all of them are fired up, it shoots a powerful radio waves into the ionosphere, which is the uppermost part of the atmosphere. If you guys don't know the differences, you guys can look them up on the internet. They're everywhere. And they literally heat up the ionosphere. And this causes irregularities that allow the ionosphere to bounce the signals back to Earth. Now, apparently this is only in the research stage, but most believe it's up and running, and I kind of myself believe it's up and running. And it's only to be improved upon every day. Every single day they're coming out with a new signal finder, a new tracking system, and they're going to basically be able to use this to signal underground submarines and find weapons of mass destruction. But other people claim otherwise. And to prove this point, a lot of people think that it is actually something to move the clouds. It is actually something that once you control the ions in the clouds, you can actually move them and control the weather over certain people and give them droughts, create wind, rain, all types of different effects. Now, there's actually a man named Dr. Brooks Agnew who is a scientist, engineer, and doctor of physics, I believe. I believe those are the only three things that he mentioned in his title. And he spent years studying Arctic weather patterns, and he demonstrated how HAARP's ELF radio waves can actually push around the clouds in the sky. Now, he proved this using 100 watts of energy. HAARP uses 1 billion watts to move its targets. That means you could have enough energy to stir up a hurricane due to geoengineering. Was Hurricane Sandy created to install martial law on the East Coast and postpone elections? Well, it's certainly starting to appear that way. Now, I don't know if that's true because, I mean, not really anybody's going to know that's true. But there had been some insiders going around saying that Obama has fallen behind Mitt Romney on a lot of the polls, which is true. And they needed something in which they knew this was going to happen, so they needed a reason to keep Obama into office and out of the elections. So what could happen to do this? Well, we needed some type of disaster, something to postpone the elections. Well, a disaster, a natural disaster, is the best way to go about it. It looks like nobody caused it. There's really no reason to alarm anybody of extra harm. And you can literally stop the election because people can't vote, because there are plenty of people who are just stuck underwater, they're stuck at sea, and they can't vote. This is 1 week from now that we're supposed to have elections. Elections are going to be postponed. Maybe not. Maybe they'll still move on, but it's certainly looking like their plan's going to work for them. And if elections are postponed, that means Obama gets to stay president until he says the situation's clear. Because when you declare martial law, only he can undeclare martial law. And if you want to stay president, I don't see any reason why you would try to undeclare it. You would just try to keep it there as long as possible. So, you know, is this a little bit more of an exaggerate conspiracy theory? Well, sure. I mean, aren't all conspiracy theories a little exaggerate? But there's just something you want to watch out for. Chemtrails is another one. I'll do more bigger video on my channel about chemtrails, because chemtrails are really interesting. When I was young, I seen them, and you know, you just always stare at them and think they're so cool, and then you come to realize later on that these things could be dropping, you know, like I can't remember what it was. It was like aluminum sulfite or something they were dropping into the air in this, and you can literally tell. You look at one, you can tell that it is not just something floating behind and floating off like a cloud would. It is literally dropping. When you first see the line, it's a straight line, and as you look at it, it starts drifting down. You can see areas where it's drifted farther than the other. So I mean, you can do your research. There has been a meteorologist who has said that Hurricane Sandy could have been avoided if we would have created, if we didn't create the ridge that we created, which is like a certain term for the wind in the sky, and if we didn't create that ridge, then it wouldn't have pushed literally scooped underneath Hurricane Sandy and pushed her back up onto land. It would have pushed her away had we have done it a certain way, and that's what they're doing with the chemtrails. They're literally controlling the sky due to suns, and that's why you'll notice them cross each other, or you'll notice one plane just circling the sky all day long. It's really interesting. So you guys should check it out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I hope you enjoyed some of the little weird conspiracies. If you want to see more, check me out on my channel, and I hope to see you guys again. Have a good day, have a good night, and peace.